Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about essential leadership and teamwork skills for students. So if you see what is leadership, so leadership is one of the most essential qualities required for personal and professional success. So effective leadership helps organizations achieve their goals and motivates employees and improves teamwork and creates a positive thinking or positive working environments. Okay, if you see, a successful leader not only guides others but also inspires them to perform beyond their normal abilities. So, this is the most important quality or essential skill which you require so that you can go through your personal and professional success. So if you see what is the meaning of leadership, so leadership is nothing but it is a process of influencing and guiding individuals, and it is like how to achieve their goals, like how you are influencing and how you are guiding individuals so that they can achieve their success and they can reach their goals. And if you see, a leader always inspires people and he motivates team members and provides direction, encourages growth, and helps overcome challenges and builds confidence in followers. So, leadership is not simply giving orders, but it is about motivating people to work willingly and enthusiastically towards a success. So, if you see, just elaborate definition of leadership. So, leadership can be understood as raising the performance of individuals to higher standards. Like, for example, if you see a teacher, a good teacher will always be considered as leader. So they don't insist students on working tirelessly, but they always work so that the students can perform to their higher standards. Okay, and they always motivate people to achieve their goals, right? So if you take a successful teacher, that particular teacher will show difference in the students. So you can take a teacher as a leader in the classroom, and they always guide teams towards a shared vision and influencing behavior positively. And if you see, leadership focuses on both task accomplishment and people development. So that is what how you define leadership. So, who is considered as a leader? So, a leader is a person who always inspires his followers. That means he will be having good motives and he work for good things, and he guides team members in a positive way, and he takes responsibility if there is some sort of problem. And a good leader always solves problems and helps others develop skills, and a leader always leads people towards goal achievement. So, a true leader influences people through trust, confidence, and positive behavior. So, there is a difference between leadership versus management. That means leadership is different from management. So, leadership always inspires and motivates people, whereas management always controls and organizes work. And leadership encourages innovation, whereas management focuses on rules and procedures. And leadership, it focuses on vision and growth, and management ensures tasks are completed. Leadership always builds trust and teamwork, and management maintains discipline and structure. So both are important, but there is a difference between the leadership and management, right? And important leadership qualities are like an effective leader should possess several important qualities. If you see, first quality is like motivation. So a leader should inspire and energize team members to achieve goals enthusiastically. And next, courage. Leaders should face challenges confidently and make difficult decisions when necessary. So here I want to say one real leadership quality with an example. So if you can see, in the 1980s, HIV, AIDS, it came into world stage, okay, in the year 1980. So everyone was so much shocked with this HIV AIDS, and the people who are suffering from this HIV AIDS, they are asked to quarantine themselves. So up to 50 percentage of people in the US polled that these people should be quarantined and isolated. So people think that even if you shake hands with the persons who is affected with AIDS, also it is contaminated. And if you sit on the washroom commodes, also washroom commodes who used by those affected persons also contaminate the place, and it will leads to this kind of disease. So people are in so much shock, and they are in so much panicked state. So at that particular point, on 19th April 1987, so Princess Diana, one of the most famous person, so she opened the first unit in the UK dedicated to treating people who are suffering from this HIV AIDS. And not only she opened this, and she also went there and she shaked her hand, okay, her hand with, she shook her hand with the person who affected with this AIDS. So based on this, the perception of the people changed drastically, and they started believing that AIDS is not contaminated with by shaking hands or by using same toilets like affected person. So this changed complete perception of the people and complete ideology of the people towards the patients who are suffering from AIDS. So this is what is the quality of leadership, that is courage. So like leaders should face challenges confidently, and they have to make difficult decisions whenever necessary. And if you see initiative, so effective leaders take responsibility and act proactively rather than waiting for instructions. So if you can take an example of Malala Yousafzai, she used to stay in northwest Pakistan, where the girls are restricted to go and study in the schools. The Taliban's laid this kind of rule, but she fought against it, and she won against this rule, and because of this it led to ratification of the right to education bill in northwest Pakistan. So this is the initiative, this is the quality of leadership quality. Okay, and a true leader, they should possess proper knowledge and understanding to guide others effectively, and leaders must accept accountability for their actions and decisions. And integrity means honesty and ethical behavior are essential for building trust and credibility. So these are qualities, and if you can see, leaders should communicate clearly and effectively with team members. So good communication improves understanding, teamwork, and coordination. So communication, having good communication skills is also one of the important quality of leadership. And leaders always should be loyal so that people can trust them. And judgment, so your good leaders should not come to a conclusion based on the surface level things. So they have to analyze the situations carefully, and then they have to make decisions. And selflessness, an effective leader thinks about team's success rather than personal gain. And leaders should identify problems and find practical solutions effectively. And openness to change, so successful leaders adapt positively to changing environments and new ideas. That means whether the situation is positive or not, they should be able to adapt towards those situations. And vision and focus, a leader should have a clear long term vision while maintaining attention to present tasks. And balance, leaders must balance work responsibilities, relationships, and organizational goals effectively. And leadership skills are abilities that help leaders influence and guide others successfully. And leadership skills like personal skills, they should possess high self confidence and self discipline, emotional control, and positive attitude. And if you see communication skills, they should know how to listen effectively. So if you see these communication skills, they are not only about speaking so effectively, but it also involves active listening skill. So whenever a good leader is there, he or should she should possess active listening skills. And whenever they are speaking, they have to speak clearly and giving feedback in a positive manner rather than scolding or rather than being rude. Always good leaders should give feedback in a positive tone. And persuasion skills, they should possess persuasion skills. Persuasion means making someone to accept to your ideology or making someone to accept to your um, uh, ideas. So that is what is called as persuasion. So they should possess good persuasion skills and thinking skills. Good leaders should be able to think critically, and decision making skills should be there, and they should possess creativity and strategic planning. These are essential leadership skills. And other skills are like delegation skills, that means assigning responsibilities. This is possible when a true leader is having capability to analyze the team members' work nature. So based on their work nature, a particular leader can be able to assigning responsibilities based on the talent of their members. And trusting team members, monitoring performance. And decision making skills like evaluating alternatives and solving problems, taking timely decisions is also important skill for leadership. And leadership skills can be learned and improved through practice and experience. This is not inborn nature. So if you want to enhance your leadership skills, you can enhance leadership skills with the help of practice and experience. So there are different kind of leadership styles. Like leadership style refers to the pattern of behavior a leader adopts while guiding followers. Any style they can adopt based on their ideology. And one of that style is autocratic leadership. In this style, the leader makes decisions alone, so he or she won't give any chance to the team members to take the decision. So the leader only takes the decision, and strict control is maintained, and followers have limited participation. So in this kind of leadership style, a leader is only the boss and he only takes the decision making, and he only guides his followers, and the followers won't be having any sort of participation. And advantages of this kind of leadership style is like quick decision making, because he is only the boss and he takes the decision, so the decision making will be done so quickly. And this kind of leadership style is useful during emergencies. Whenever there is an emergency situation or scenario, this kind of style will work out very nicely. And if you see the disadvantages of this kind of style is it reduces employee creativity, because there is no scope for employee or follower involvement in this kind of style. And it may create dissatisfaction, because all the members may not like the decision, because every individual is having different perception. So it may create dissatisfaction in the members. And next one is like democratic leadership. So in this type of leadership style, employees participate in decision making. That means equal priority is given to the leader as well as to the members, and communication is open, teamwork is encouraged. And if you see the advantages of this kind of leadership style is it increases motivation, and it improves employee satisfaction, as well it encourages creativity. So disadvantages are like decision making may take more time because all the people are involved with different perceptions. So the disadvantage is like decision making may take more time. And another one is like free reign leadership. So in this style, employees work independently. So leaders provide minimal supervision. That means full power is given to all the employees. So advantages of this kind of leadership style is like it encourages innovation because an employee is having full freedom to take his own decisions. So it encourages innovation and it promotes independence. But disadvantages are like it in this style of leadership, lack of control may reduce coordination because everyone is working independently based on their perception. And leadership competencies are the knowledge, skills, and attitudes. These competencies make leaders effective. So, important leadership competencies include influencing others, building accountability, and creating positive relationships, and coaching employees, communicating effectively, and team building, time management, and conflict resolution. So, conflict resolution is one of the most important skill for a leader because whenever he is dealing with n number of team members, so eventually there will be lot of conflicts among the team members, and the leader should be very much clear about how to resolve these conflicts. So this is one of the most important skill. So these competencies improve organizational performances and employee development. So, if you want to develop leadership skills, so you can develop through continuous learning and practice, as we have discussed earlier. It is not an inborn quality. So, you can enhance these leadership skills with the help of continuous learning and with your experience. So, how you can develop these leadership skills? So, think critically. So, whenever you come across different situations, analyze them carefully and make decisions, and try to improve your communication, like speaking, listening, and presentation skills, and motivate team members, encourage employees, and appreciate their efforts, organize work properly, plan tasks and allocate responsibilities effectively, and build team spirit. So it promotes cooperation and teamwork among members. So always don't panic if you come across any failures, learn from failures. So failure should be treated as learning opportunities, and encourage innovation if some of your members are very much effective, and if they find better and more efficient ways of doing work, encourage them, encourage innovation. And trust your team members. So delegating responsibility builds confidence and teamwork. So trust them, and develop emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence means so understanding your own emotions as well as understanding the emotions of your team members. So it is one of the most important life skill. So you have to develop emotional intelligence, right? So it also contributes to effective leadership skills. So there are few causes of leadership failure. So we see that most of the leaders fail because of so many reasons. Few among them are like poor organization, that leaders, some leaders may not be aware how to organize the things in a proper manner, which leads to the failure as a leader, and the fear of competition, and the lack of imagination, like estimating the future, and visionary, and selfish behavior. Few leaders, if they always think about their personal gains, it will also leads to failure. And lack of support for followers. So as a leader, you have to learn how to support your followers. If lack of support is there, it will cause leadership failure. And poor communication, excessive use of authority. So you are a leader and you are not supposed to use authority, you are not supposed to dominate others. So you have to learn how to cope up with all the members. So if you use excessive authority or dominance, it also will leads to leadership failure, inability to adapt to change. So in the 21st century modernized world, everything is changing so drastically, and you have to keep yourself updated. And if you are not having the ability to adapt to the change, it will also leads to the failure of leadership and lack of trust and teamwork. So if you are not having proper trust among your team members, it also will cause to leadership failure. So a successful leader encourages people instead of controlling them excessively. So if you can avoid these qualities, then there won't be any failures. So, how to display leadership effectively? So, good leaders demonstrate leadership by learning from mistakes. So, as we have discussed earlier, you have to consider mistakes as positive things. Nothing will go wrong if you commit some sort of mistakes because we are humans. So, learning from mistakes and treating everyone respectfully and sharing success with the team and accepting responsibility for failure and maintaining optimum optimism during challenges. So a good leader has to possess how to maintain optimism, that means positive thinking during challenges, and setting clear goals. So you should be clear about what kind of goals you have to keep, and you should learn how to keep clear goals and helping others achieve their potential and thinking systematically, continuously improving process. Right? This creates effective leadership, and it creates trust, loyalty, and organizational success. So importance of leadership is like leadership is important because it always increases productivity and it improves teamwork, motivates employees, and it builds confidence, helps organizations achieve goals, and encourage innovation, creates a positive work environment. And if you see, strong leadership contributes significantly to organizational growth and employee satisfaction. So, leadership in modern organizations, like modern leaders, are expected to adapt to technological changes, as I have already explained about how technological changes are taking place day by day. So, if you are in leadership position, definitely you have to learn how to adapt to these technological changes and support diversity and inclusion. So people come from different backgrounds, cultural differences will be there, economical differences will be there, and social differences will be there. As a leader, you should be able to understand them, and you have to support diversity and inclusion and encourage collaboration. So always within your team, you have to know how to encourage collaboration because collaboratory work is more productive than individual work. So always encourage collaboration. And whenever you are working in a team and whenever you are there as a leader, leadership position, definitely there will be stress. So you have to learn how to manage stress effectively and develop future leaders. Maintaining ethical behavior is also important. So, leadership today focuses more on empowerment and teamwork than strict authority. So, you have to modify from being strict and authoritative and dominant to friendly and good leader. So, leadership is the ability to inspire, guide, and influence people towards achieving common goals. And effective leaders possess qualities such as integrity, communication skills, confidence, vision, and responsibility. So, leadership skills can be developed and they are not inborn qualities. So, if you can learn and practice, then there will be improvement in your leadership qualities. And next we will see how teamwork is important. So if you see, teamwork is one of the most important elements for success in organizations and educational institutions, sports, and daily life. So it involves individuals working together cooperatively to achieve common goals. So, effective team always enhances productivity, creativity, and problem solving abilities. So, what is the meaning of teamwork? So, teamwork refers to the process in which a group of individuals cooperate, communicate, and coordinate their efforts to accomplish a shared objective. There will be a common objective, and all the people will work on to achieve that common objective. So, that is what is the meaning of teamwork. And a successful team always works towards common goals because all the person's goal is the same, and they share responsibility and they divide work and they support each other and uses individual strengths effectively whenever working in the teams, and maintains trust and cooperation. So what is the complete definition of a team is group of people connected by a common purpose who work together to achieve specific goals. Okay, it is group of people connected by common purpose, common objective will be there, and group of people will work on that common objective. That is what is called as a team. So teams are especially useful when tasks are complex, like for example there will be a project, and the project have to be done, it has to be completed from some deadline. So if a single individual is doing it, it may take lot of time and it may not be successful. So if a team is working on that particular complex task, then it will be more successful because a team is group of people with different ideas, perceptions, creativity, and innovation, and different skills are required to complete some kind of purposes or objectives. So it is best sorted out in the teams. Coordination and communication are important. So, a famous idea related to teamwork is none of us is as smart as all of us together. So, every individual's intelligence, when compared to group's intelligence, it is much more um, like less, and group's intelligence is much more bigger than an individual's intelligence, right? So, this is what is definition of a team. So importance of teamwork is like teamwork is important because it improves productivity, and it encourages creativity, enhances communication, and builds trust among members, helps solve problems efficiently, and it reduces workload stress, promotes organizational success. So this is the importance. This is why teamwork is very important in the corporate offices, organizations, hospitals, or sports, or educational institutions. Wherever you go, this teamwork is very much important. And if you see, there is a difference between group and a team. So group is like it is individuals working independently, and members focus mainly on their personal goals. For example, group of students in the classroom, that is just group, and they work independently, and they are having different personal goals. And communication is limited because they are not sharing any ideas with anyone because their goals are independent goals, and less collaboration exists, and responsibility is individual in the group. And if you take team, members work interdependently, and focuses on shared objectives or goals, and open communication is encouraged because here in the team people need to change or exchange their ideas, and collaboration and cooperation are strong, and responsibility is shared in the team. So this is the difference between group and a team. And characteristics of effective teams. So successful teams generally possess the following qualities, like clear goals should be there, and they have to trust and respect each other, and effective communication should be there so that they can avoid misunderstandings, and collaboration, so members cooperate and support each other willingly, and there will be shared responsibilities, all members participate actively in achieving success, and problem solving ability will be more in the teams because they are working together to overcome challenges and finding solutions. And flexibility, effective teams adapt easily to change and new situation. And leadership guides and motivates the team members. So these are characteristics of effective teams. And types of teams are like interdependent teams. In interdependent teams, members rely on one another. So this is collaboratory work. And different individuals perform specialized tasks. That means they share work. And team success depends on collective performance. And examples are like sports, hospitals, business organizations, musical groups, etc. And independent teams are like individual perform similar tasks separately. Yeah, it is not collaborative. And one member's performance does not directly affect others. Examples are like golf players, tennis players, and individual classroom assignments because here they work independently on their personal objectives. So, everyday examples of teamwork. So, teamwork can be observed in many areas of life, like healthcare teams, how they work, like doctor, nurses, and compounders and anesthesia persons, how they work as a team if while performing a particular surgery, and teachers and school staff. This is also collaboratory work. Police and firefighters and manufacturing industries, hospitality services, sports organizations, family and relationships. These are all everyday examples of teamwork. So, based on these examples, you can understand that teamwork is everywhere. So, stages of team development. So, if you want to create a team as a team leader, so teams usually pass through different stages before becoming highly effective. In that first one is like forming stage. So, during this stage, members meet each other, and here all the members roles are unclear because now only they are trying to form a particular team, so here roles are unclear. And individuals behave cautiously because no one is very much clear or about the ideology of others, so individuals behave cautiously. And team goals begin to develop, and there is usually limited productivity during this stage because here team members are trying to understand each other. And the second stage is storming stage. So in this stage, conflicts and disagreements may arise because members started knowing each other. So there is a probability for conflicts and disagreements may arise. And members compete for roles and influence because everyone is having self-confidence and everyone knows how to deal with problems. So here compete for roles and influence. And communication problems may occur because the team just has begun, so people will be having some sort of communication problems in this stage. So this stage is challenging, but it is necessary for team growth. And next one is norming stage. So during this stage, members begin cooperating because after some sort of conflicts, they will finally understand each other, and trust develops gradually, and here the roles will become clear, and team relationships also improve. So the team becomes more organized and productive in this stage. And the next stage is performing stage. So in this stage team members work efficiently, and collaboration becomes strong, and goals are achieved effectively, and problem solving also improves. So this is the most productive stage of a team. And what are the advantages of teamwork? So, if you are working in a team, there is there are a lot of advantages of teamwork, like improved creativity. So, different ideas and perspectives and perceptions come from different individuals while working in the team. So, there will be improved creativity and better problem solving. So, teams generate multiple solutions for challenges, and it also increase productivity. And there will be a chance for learning because every individual is having different kind of knowledge, so the knowledge will be shared, so there is high probability learn the opportunities, and emotional support will be there. because team members motivate and encourage each other, and stronger relationships. Cooperation builds trust and healthy relationships, and higher job satisfaction. So employees often feel more valued and engaged in team environments. So these are the advantages of teamwork. And if you see disadvantages of teamwork, so there is a high probability for conflicts between members. As we have already discussed, members come from different backgrounds. So unequal participation, so some team members may show interest and enthusiasm to participate and contribute, and while other people show less interest to participate. So slow decision making. So group discussions may take more time because every individual is having their own ideas. So there is a chance that group discussions may take more time, and pressure to confirm. Individuals may hesitate to express unique ideas, and communication problems will also be there. So essential teamwork skills are like communication skills. So it you have to know that clear speaking and active listening improve understanding, and cooperation should be there, and good leadership guides the team towards success, and conflict resolutions like handling disagreements calmly strengthens your teamwork, and time management, proper planning helps complete the tasks effectively, and adaptability, flexibility helps team handle change successfully, and accountability should be there, like each member should take responsibility for assigned tasks. And role of communication in teamwork is like communication is the foundation of successful teamwork. So good communication prevents misunderstandings, and it encourages idea sharing and builds trust, improves coordination, and increases team efficiently. And open communication allows team members to express concerns and suggestions freely. And teamwork and leadership. Leaders play an important role in team success. An effective team leader, as we have already discussed, motivates members and encourages participation, resolves conflicts and delegates responsibilities, maintains team unity and supports team development. So, good leadership improves team morale and productivity. So, causes of team failure. So even after going through all these stages, but still there is a chance of failure. That is because lack of trust among the team members, and poor communication skills. When you fail to express yourself clearly, eventually it will create conflict, and poor communication leads to team failure, and absence of clear goals. When you are not clear about on what you have to work, then also it will cause to your team failure. And weak leadership, lack of responsibility, personal conflicts, and poor coordination. So these are the causes of team failure. And ways to improve teamwork is like, first you have to learn how to build trust. So encouraging honesty and mutual respect, and you should learn how to set clear goals, and encourage participation of all the team members with their ideas, and every team member should learn how to improve their communication, and appreciate contributions. Whenever a member comes with a particular kind of effort or achievement, you have to learn how to appreciate their contributions, and resolving conflicts quickly, like addressing disagreements calmly and professionally, develop team spirit, organizing activities that strengthen relationships, and support continuous learning, encourage skill development and growth. So these are ways to improve teamwork. And teamwork in organizations rely heavily on teamwork because projects are becoming more complex, so teamwork is mandatory. And collaboration improves innovation, so every organization is expecting innovative ideas and innovative projects, so teamwork is very much important. And it drives skills are diverse skills are required in the teamwork. So because of this, modernized organizations are relying on teamwork, and shared decision making increases effectiveness. So based on these reasons, modern organizations rely heavily on teamwork. And if you see, teamwork is the process of individuals working together cooperatively towards common goal. So strong teamwork not only benefits organizations, but also promotes personal growth and healthy relationships. So I hope you understand about teamwork, and thank you.